My name is Graham Jeacocke. Now, before I talk about this subject of racism, I want to highlight something in the New Testament that many people get confused about. Jesus talks to his fellow Jews and says, hypocrites. And what do modern atheists use? They use that very argument Jesus used, and they call Christians hypocrites. But this is where you are wrong. You are reading superficially. Jesus was talking about the Mosaic law. They were under the law. Now, Jesus, when he was talking to his disciples, he did not say they were hypocrites. He said, you are of little faith. There is no such thing as being a hypocrite, because you would have all your relationships nullified as being totally worthless, because you would be hypocrites in your relationships. What you have or what you demonstrate to your partner, you have very little faith in love to act the way you should. And this is what happens to Christians. Now, many Christians say to people who have been physically abused, you have to learn to forgive those who have abused you. Now, this is all very well, but when it comes to racism, it seems they're demonstrating they have very little faith in what they profess to have. They're very one-sided. In fact, they're cowards. What they should be saying to people who are black, or any colour in fact, you have to learn to forgive, because it is not your right to demand people are kind to you. Jesus did not say to the Romans, you cannot be unkind to me. You have no right. It was only after the resurrection does the right not to abuse or hate people come into effect. Up to that point, no one has any right. So, I'm trying to be sincere here. When a black person gets confronted by the N-word, they have to learn to forgive that person who says it. You have to focus in your mind the situation Jesus was faced. Jesus was faced with far worse abuse. The Roman nation, just read up about what they had to face. I mean, the Jews had to face, or any nation that came up against the Romans. They were vicious. Because I'm talking to my black brothers here, and I hope you don't get offended by that term. You have to ironically look to the very people that you put up as a sign of oppression, but you have to look at them and say they had integrity of character. They didn't badmouth their abusers, did they? The servants in Gone with the Wind did not badmouth their abusers. They had integrity. They put up with it. Jesus Christ commanded, you have to learn to take up your cross. There are so many ways of it. There are only so many ways somebody can say something. And this issue about racism is no different from any other situation that requires forgiveness.